Hey, Jardine. Good to see you. Thank you. Thanks for stopping by. Join the fire out here. Welcome on in, everyone. Susanna, welcome. Good to see you. Thank you. Join the fire out here in Virginia. How you doing, Susanna? Good to see you. Thank you for stopping by, y'all. Carolina Country Homesteading. Good to see you. How are you? Thank you for stopping by. I got my jelly done. I figured it out with the muscadine grapes. I got it done. Welcome in, Neil. Good to see you, brother. I got to stop by your channel, man. Keep telling myself that, Neil. You want a hot dog? I don't know. I'm broke, bro. BYO, your own hot dogs. Thank you. I appreciate you, Neil. I got to stop by your channel, man. Keep telling myself that. How you doing, Neil? Did you move yet? Hey, AC, how you doing? Happy birthday to you coming up. I'm gonna check you out on your birthday. Carolina, just to go back to you if you're still here. Yeah, I finally got the muscadine grape jelly going. So it's good. It's good. A little sweet, but I like it. And it finally settled in a little bit for me. So yeah, worked out good. I should have filmed it, but I didn't. But maybe I'll film myself eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich with it or something. But first time I ever made homemade muscadine jelly. That I found the muscadine grapes right in my front yard, basically, and it worked out good. So, oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah. Where's your birthday gift? We're gonna see. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. You know how many people how many people ask for birthday gifts or go broke, but we'll see. We'll see, cause you're a good subscriber, so we'll see. I do wish you a happy birthday though, and we'll see you around. Definitely. Hi, Marianne. Good to see you, Marianne. Welcome in. Hope you're doing good. Supposed to rain out in a little while, so hopefully you get a little window, and we'll see how it goes. But right now it's good, so I'm just out enjoying the fire, and I welcome everybody in. Good to see everyone. Good to see everyone. I was telling some we'll let it populate a little bit more. Getting into some stories tonight. Hopefully like I said, the weather hold up. Talk about some ghost stories. If you don't know, I've been a nurse for a long, long time, so I also got nursing stories I could tell you. That's a little bit on the creepy side, and we can get into all of that because it's that time of the year. So I'll tell some nursing stories, some ghost stories as best I can. I don't know a lot of them. And in the future, later on this month, we'll get together and talk about some scary movies, things of that nature. So we'll let it populate a little bit more. Thank you for coming. My name is Isaac, if you don't know, and you're at SE Wolverines. We go live every Tuesday, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the United States. We got people from all over the world that subscribe to my channel, and I appreciate everybody. A lot of people in the Philippines, Japan, India, as well as America, Brazil. So I appreciate everybody. Welcome in, Thez. Hey, Eugene. Good to see you, brother. And I appreciate everybody showing me love and just showing up. I appreciate it. So I understand people got things to do, have their own channels to go to, and just you stopping in and showing a little bit of love, leaving me a like, I appreciate it. So if you haven't been to the channel yet and you like this sort of thing, campfires is how we do our lives for right now. You know, I appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button if it's something for you. If not, you're still welcome to stay here and enjoy the show. So give it a couple more minutes, see if we get it. If not, we'll keep on going to stories. I just don't want to start a story and then have a whole bunch of people come in and show up, and then I got to start all over. So we'll let it populate a little bit more. If not, we'll just go here in a little bit. Or if it's not really a lot of people here, we can save the stories for next time and just enjoy the fire and kind of just talk to one another about current events and whatnot. A lot going on in the United States. A lot of talk of civil war, and I don't like hearing about it, but we'll see. We'll see if the powers that be are just pointing that out to people or what. So we'll see a lot of stuff going on. So we'll see what's going on. Me personally, I never like to see anything like that happen. And if somebody that's in the chat, if you could just let me know if you can hear me okay, we'll just get a quick audio check. Make sure I'm coming through okay. I'd appreciate it. Give me a 5x5 or just say you're good on the sound. Just audio check. I appreciate it. Probably should have asked that earlier. So somebody in the chat can let me know if they can hear me. I'd appreciate it. You're good? Okay, thank you, Eugene. How you doing, Eugene? Good to see you, brother. Y'all check out Eugene's channel. He does music. Good music artist. Check him out. Good stuff. Steve. Good to see you. I seen a comment you left. So you had an aunt that lived in North Carolina. That's cool. So you got to go. If you haven't been to my channel and seen the latest video, it's called Sunset on the Parkway. It's the Blue Ridge Parkway that runs from Virginia to North Carolina. I went up there, let me see, when was it? Saturday, and it was a beautiful day out. It's not peak season. Another week or two will be peak season up there, but you can still see some leaves changing, especially the ones that the sun's hitting. Just a beautiful area of Virginia, and I like it a lot. So I appreciate it. You guys, if you check out that video, and I love it up there, Steve. Really do. Nice, relaxing. Now, that's my go-to spot a lot where I go camping. I go camping up there a lot because it reminds me of in Asheville. Okay, you know, right where Asheville is. North Carolina is beautiful. I won't mind living in North Carolina, actually, but in the mountains of North Carolina. So I like it. I just don't like. I had a sister that lived down there, but she lived more to the coast, and it gets hot on the coast, and the mountains are a little cooler. So yeah, man. I got a little short. I don't know if you've seen it because it's hard to tell if you're not concentrating on that video. Is a little surprise halfway through some deer, and I came real close. Thank you. Hey, brother. Good to see you, bro. When he's shooting me some love, I appreciate it. Yeah, I came real close to hitting the deer in that video. But it's like halfway through. I'll probably throw up a short and show it. But man, this car you're coming off that mountain. The mountain's real steep, and this car was just on me, man. Like just tailgating me, pushing me, and I was like, I don't care or not, because when it gets evening like that, you know, deer start moving back and forth across the road, and I wasn't, you know, I was going the speed limit. I wasn't gonna be pushed out of the way. I figured if the guy don't like it, he can go around me. And thank goodness I was going that fast, because man, it was real close. Capital Joe, what's up? Good to see you. Welcome in. I'm doing good. How are you? I came by your channel. I think it was like a cool down period. I don't know if you were there. I was telling you hi. Appreciate you stopping by. But yeah, love it up in the Blue Ridge. That Blue Ridge Parkway is beautiful. Yeah, it is. It's supposed to. I was telling people earlier. Um, may not be that many more people showing up, but we'll see how it goes. Before I wanted to tell some stories tonight, and we'll see how it goes. See if it populates up a little bit more. But it's supposed to rain in like an hour or so. So we'll see how it goes. Maybe it'll go around us or something. But if it starts pouring rain, we'll keep the story short. Yeah, I got some nursing stories and scary stories, man. It's that time of year. Yeah. It was beautiful day out all day, and then of course when I go live, you see the clouds started coming in, and it did sprinkle a little bit, and it was wet out, but then it stopped, and I checked out the weather report before I came out, and it says it's supposed to get rain at around 12, and then showers the rest of the night. So we'll see. Yeah, good. We'll let it go. We'll go a little bit more, maybe a minute or two more, and we'll just go because we got 6 people in here. That's good enough. I appreciate all the love. Y'all hit that like, and we'll talk about some stuff here. We'll talk about some stuff and get into some stories, things that I've been around and seen myself. And when you're a nurse, you work with people all over the world, so they tell you stuff, and you're like, what the heck is going on with this one story that I got? If there's kids around you, you might want to keep them out. You know, the live is for 18 or older, because we're going to get into some things you might not want your kiddies to hear, but that's up to you if you're a parent out there. So we'll get into it a little bit, and we'll wait another minute or two and we'll get going. We'll just get going and tell some stories in a little bit. So welcome in again. You're at SE Wolverines Live. I appreciate y'all. If you hit the like button when you come in, I realize people got other channels and you got to do your thing. It's all right with me. I appreciate you showing the love and hitting that like. Share it out if you want to. We'll get going. It's 7 million people in the house. I appreciate y'all. All right, we'll just get started right now. So, excuse me. Wet my whistle here. Now, one more thing before we get started. I live in the country. This is the side of my yard. Out there, yonder, is a road. And you might hear the occasional car go by. And it won't be a lot because it's Tuesday night, a little late night here. I live in the country, so may hear the occasional car go by, but we'll just keep it moving. So, all right, let's get started. So if you don't know, I've been a nurse for a long time. I don't want to tell you how long I've been a nurse, but I've been a nurse for a long time. And one thing that I've noticed is that when you're a nurse, a lot of I've worked with older patients. A place where I used to work was a place that a lot of car crashes, people with spinal cord injuries. They have different diseases that they got to deal with. But one thing I've always noticed, especially when I work in a nursing home, is the patients always saying that they see a little boy under the bed. They'll ring, and I walked in the room. This has happened to me several times, and the other nurses too. And the patients are just, you look at their face, and they just have a face of like just fright, like they literally seen a ghost. Now, I don't tell them like they're crazy or anything. I let them explain it because it doesn't matter if it's real to me. To them and the look on their face, it's something that people are experiencing, and they always say there's a little boy under my bed, and will you check it? So I'll go along with it. I'll look, check under the bed for them. Sometimes, depending how I'm doing or whatever that day, I'll say, get out of here. I'll fake like, hey, what you doing under there? Get out of here. Or I'll tell them they're gone now. But they've always say there's a little boy under my bed. And I applied for this job, and this was probably like 10 years ago. And I'm sitting there, I'm interviewing for the job, and the people say, if you there's two long hallways. The building was shaped like a big U, and we used to have to cross back and forth in this little between two doors at the end of these two hallways in a little courtyard. And the lady that was interviewing me said, if you see a little boy out there playing with a ball, just disregard him. People have seen this little ghost boy playing in the courtyard. Now, I'm thinking to myself, if people really seen this, is this a place where I want to work? And, but yeah, just a little boy under the bed. And a lot of times, people, when they are getting ready to pass to the other side, they'll see different relatives. Like I had this one guy, and I won't mention any names, but as far as just to put a name on it, you'll walk in their room and they'll scream out, they'll be like, John, is that you? And reaching out to somebody. And you ask them who John was, and sometimes they'll respond, but then one of their family members come in, and you ask them who's John related to the patient there, and they'll say, oh, John was his brother or something like that. Got a car going by. So they'll be like, John was his brother, or sometimes you'll go into their rooms and they'll be reaching out like somebody's right there in the room with them. And they'll say, scream out, oh, it's Amy. It's Amy. She's, I'm coming, or Amy, mom doesn't want us to do this, or something like that. And then next thing you know, when they start doing that, a couple of days later, they pass away, unfortunately. And that's a little strange to me. It seems like maybe God sends them comfort if they're going away. But I've noticed that several times. So I don't know, just different patients screaming, or not screaming, but yelling, or even talking to one of their family members that have already passed. And welcome in, everybody. Good to see you. Hey, yo. So just different things like that. So different CNAs, you'll be at one end of the hall, and they said they've seen a little boy crossing the hallway, going in from room to room. They'll go down to the hall, or what room they seen, and there's nobody in there. So I don't know. I haven't personally seen anything like that. I don't want to sit there and say somebody's crazy that seemed like that. But there's just a common thing. And I've been a nurse for a long, long time, over a decade. And pretty much every place that I go and people I meet, they say the same thing. They talk about a little boy and about these patients yelling out to their different family members that have passed. Welcome in, Naya. Good to see you. So I think that's strange. I've probably seen, I don't mark it down, but I've seen a lot of people pass away right in front of my eyes. And you start getting desensitized to it in a way that if I had somebody pass away in my own family, it just takes a little while for it to sink in. And the one thing I don't like about nursing in general is having to call people and tell them that their loved ones have passed away. It's never easy. It's a hard job. It's nerve-wracking, actually. And that's the biggest thing that I don't like doing, is calling someone and tell them that their family member has passed away. Mr. Lee, welcome in. Good to see you, brother. So it gets hard. I had this one guy, great guy. He's young, 55. He rang his bell, told me, rang his bell for me. I came into the room and he asked me to get him his breathing treatment, like his asthma pump. And I turned around, I said, no problem, I'll get it for you. And I turned around, he just drops right from it. He was sitting on the side of the bed, he just dropped, faced over right in front of me. Boom, hits the ground. 55-year-old guy. He's in there because he had, he's doing some rehab because he couldn't, with his asthma, he had, to my understanding, he had like congestive heart failure. So he's on a lot of oxygen and stuff like that. So being a nurse is a tough job. Being a nurse, just mentally and physically, and you never have enough help. There's tons of rules you got to do. And a lot of times when I get home, I just want to just relax, and it's hard to have that stuff on your mind. I don't care how, it never gets easy to me, because I care about people, and it's just taxing. But I've seen so much of it, like I said, that I've my nephew passed away over Easter, this past Easter. I had a nephew that passed away, and it just takes a little while for me when I have a personal loss to myself for it to kick in, and it's just, I just kind of react different to it. It's sad, actually. So, but that's something, a nurse, a lot of people don't see that side of nursing. Hey, Meadow, good to see you, honey. Welcome in. Game catches up. Yup. Yeah. I had this guy. He was he was from West Virginia. Okay, West Virginia. He's from the hills. Love the guy. Well, yeah, he's my favorite patient of all time. This guy, just a West Virginia. He worked on it. He was a train engineer his whole life, and we were like the odd couple if you saw us. But this guy, oh man, I love this guy. I'd go into his room, and he's so smart. He's so smart, and we got somebody walking up the road behind us, so bear with me, folks. These people go by. Sometimes people walk their dogs late, so you might hear somebody out there a little bit. So bear with me. But yeah, this guy used to teach me about ham radios and just how to use them, the different, just everything with CB radios, walkie-talkies. Just guy was brilliant. And I was his nurse for years. We talked politics. And one day I was working with him, and I went in his room, and I was like, hey, how you feeling? Good to see you. I was coming back from vacation. Haven't talked to him in a little while. And he's like, I just feel funny. I don't feel like myself. And checked all his vital signs and everything. Everything seemed to be squared away. And I was like, well, is it your stomach? Are you sick to your stomach? And he's like, nah, I just feel funny. And I'm like, well, what does that mean? Because we want to know exactly what we could do to help someone. And all he would tell me is that he felt funny. So I was like, well, can't really give you something for that, but if you can just elaborate a little bit more what's wrong, maybe I can give you something or call the doctor for you. I was like, is this something where you feel you need to go out to the hospital? He's like, no, I just feel funny. So make the long story short, I'm in another room that morning, maybe 2 to 3 hours later, and sure enough, the CNA comes in, and she's like, I need you to come down the room. So and so, this guy was in, and he was gone just like that. And it's just sad to me. I lost him. Now, this guy was a World War II veteran at the time. This is long before, the COVID hit or whatever. But this guy was a World War II veteran. I think he joined the army. He's like 17, I think 17, 18. He's real young. He's actually on a Time Life cover for Time, showing them on a bridge or something. He told me some bridge they took over in Germany or whatever. Famous bridge that the Allies captured, and this guy was one of them. I think they were called the Timberwolves, like his little outfit in the army. And when he passed, it hit me hard, man, hard. Got a lot going on tonight. Normally, it's not that much traffic, but yeah, it hit me hard. So just like that, boom. Just imagine knowing somebody for, I don't know. I knew this guy 5 or 6 years. You talk about everything under the sun, just about life. That's one thing I like working with older people, because they just got so much knowledge. If they're still there, they just pass down knowledge to you. And that's why I like working with older people, because they're wise about stuff. You can go in there and bounce stuff off of them, and they give you some good sound advice, And unfortunately, knowing somebody that long, and when they go away, man, it just hits you real hard, and it never gets easy. Never gets easy. So how many out there, just on the chat, if you're still with me, how many of y'all believe in ghosts? Just to get a little thing. I wish I could have somebody with me here. Do you guys believe in ghosts out there? Let me know if you're still in the chat, just to see what I'm working with. Welcome in, everybody. Good to see everybody. You're listening to SC Wolverines live. Going on Tuesday, 11 o'clock. Eric, good to see you, brother. Welcome in. Thank you. You're on shore. Eugene's on shore. Eric, do you believe in ghosts, sir? Anybody else out there believe in ghosts? Just by a show of hands, or not show of hands because I won't see you, but just type it in, yes or no. You don't think you do? Yeah, I don't. Me personally, I'm not super religious, I would say, but I believe I am religious. Okay, all right. I look forward to that, brother. I'm gonna come on your show too. Check out Game Catches Up. Great channel. So I'm not like super religious. Like, I don't go to church every Sunday. I do believe in Jesus, and I would say that, I'm a describe myself as a Christian, but as far as sitting there going to church every day, or every Sunday, I don't believe in your personal relationship with God. But that's just me. You can do whatever you want. Everybody's welcome here. People believe different things, and normally what you believe in is experiences that you had in life or some information that you came across. And I'm not here to tell you or argue with you about something like that. So, yup. So Gam has a good channel he does on Fridays. He goes Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. And he has 3D models that he's painting. During this time of year, he's painting different, like Michael Myers and Jason. He did a Freddy one that was great. So check out Game Catches Up. Good dude. Great dude. Glad I met him. Let me throw another piece of wood on the fire, and we'll just keep going here. And just to let you know, it is supposed to, people again, it is supposed to rain here. So as far as right now, it's holding up. So we'll keep going. See you catch up with it. No, it's not cold, Crystal. Good to see you, honey. Okay, you're not unsure. You're just saying you don't know. Good to see you, Crystal. Let Man, there's a lot. This is the most traffic I've seen in a while, y'all. At night here, it's kind of crazy. So we'll let these cars. I can hear them off in the distance. So we'll let them go by, and then we'll get started on another little thing that I heard at a nursing home that's kind of out there. That's my neighbor. I got a neighbor on the one side of me. He's a good kid, so. All right, this next story, y'all. Now, this story is out there a little bit. But what I'm telling you, I did not witness it myself, but I did have somebody tell me this story. I used to work with a girl, and yeah, yeah, I was literally on a stream with him, and something came behind him. It was a little out there. I will say that. Yup, probably 2 weeks ago, maybe week and a half, 2 weeks ago, and stuff falls to the forest behind me. Sounds like somebody's walking through the forest. Wendy, good to see you. Thank you. Thank you for sending people out, sharing it out. Wendy, I appreciate you. All right, we got these people coming up behind. I apologize, y'all. People walking up behind me. So we'll let them go. I'll just talk to the chat for a little bit. And then we'll get going on to this story. I tell you about this girl I used to work with. It's a crazy story. So I like live in this little, I don't even, it is a development, but there's maybe houses by each other. It's not real populated though, but you do have houses where I live, and each house has about 3 to 4 acres that they own, a little spread out. So people do like to walk their dogs every now and then at all hours of the night. So we'll see how it goes. You might could hear them walking up. That it wasn't a dream. It was a dream. Yeah. I have I had a brother, and his death was just September when he died. I had a brother. We were only 14 months apart. Really close. We were really close. And I keep having this reoccurring dream. It's not like everything in the dream happens the same every time, but he's in the dream, and when I go to talk to him, I'm like, you died. And he'll be like, every time in a dream, he'll be like, no, I never died. I'm still alive. What are you talking about? And that happens a lot. I'll have that dream. It's not the same like we're doing, different things. Sometimes we're playing sports. Sometimes we're just hanging out in the kitchen. Me and him used to just talk at our table a lot, coming home from sports or something. And so I just have a lot of memories of me and him having discussions in the kitchen. And a lot of times I'll dream about me and him, and we'll be in the kitchen, and I'll say that to him. I'll be like, you died. And he's always like, no, I didn't. What are you talking about? And it's so real. And I wake up, and it takes me a little bit to collect my thoughts because the dream's so real. And I tell my mom that, and she's like, oh, it's just his way to say that he's still living. I don't know. But dreams can be take you a little bit to, man, sometimes you'll wake up from a dream and you think it's real. It takes you a little bit to like realize you were dreaming. So Welcome in, Andy. Good to see you. Andy goes live on Fridays and Mondays. And Mondays she has a channel she likes to host independent music artists on YouTube. And then half her show, she'll talk about different things that's going on in current events. So check out Independent Mini United. Great channel. Even better person. So, all right, let me as soon as I say another car comes out, we'll let this car goes by and we'll start telling you about this other story. All right. I used to work with this girl, and she was from Zimbabwe in Africa. And she told me about her dad. And her dad was a taxi cab driver. I don't know what city in Zimbabwe she was from. I forget. I might have known it at one time. But I forget where it was. But she was saying that one night, this girl in the middle of no place, he was driving and jumped in his taxi, scared out of her mind. And the girl proceeded, and he's like, "What's wrong with you? What's going on?" And he said this girl was just screaming, telling this guy, "We got to get out of here. Go as fast as you can and get out of here now." And she begins to tell him the story. Again, this is a girl I used to work with. Her dad was a taxi cab driver in Zimbabwe. I don't know what city. But the lady that he picked up is a young lady. She's around 28, between 28 and 30. And in Zimbabwe, there's some people, not all, some people that are into voodoo. And they're into voodoo, and they study voodoo. And this girl had a best friend, and they're heading to a party. And they get out to the outskirts of town. Welcome in, Blue. Good to see you. Welcome in, Mo. Good to see you. Mary, good to see you. They get to the outskirts of town, and they start traveling down this long, dark road. Nothing around them at all. And this girl and her best friend were heading to a party, and all of a sudden this girl, she feels like an overwhelm of something is wrong. And her best friend just stops in the middle of the road. And the girl says to her best friend, why do you stop? Why are you stopping here? And she said she looked off in the distance, and all she sees are a whole bunch of lights running up to the car. And this girl's scared out of her mind. She's like, what's going on? She sees these people running in the field towards the car. And so she opens up the door and she just runs. And she's running and she's running. And she gets into like this forest area in a tree. And the girl that her best friend since they were little girls is running after her, yelling, stop, where are you going? Don't run. But the girl just felt this overwhelming thing of something was going on. So the girl climbs up a tree and she hides, and this girl's looking all around for her, calling out her name. This girl's sitting up in a tree. And her best friend's below her, looking around, yelling for her. Come here, where are you? All of a sudden, these guys come up to her best friend, and they're like, where is she? Where's she at? You told us you would have her for me. And she's like, I don't know. She's around here somewhere. And these guys are like, if you don't find her, we're going to have to take you instead. Again, this is a story I've been told. I don't know. I'm just saying. This is a story that I was told when I was at work by this lady from Zimbabwe. And these guys murdered this girl right below her best friend, and her best friend was looking down on her. And she stayed up the whole night in that tree. And the next morning, when the sun came up, she ran off, made it to a road, and a taxi was going down the road. She flagged down a taxi, and the taxi picked her up. And the girl that I worked with, the taxi cab driver, was her dad. That's the story. Thought that was a wild story. So I don't know. I'm trying to save the. I didn't want to get much detailed into more than that, but that is a crazy story to me. I can't confirm it, but I know a lot of people are into voodoo, and they use, this is what the girl's telling me, that a lot of people over there were into voodoo, and they use body parts for certain magic potions and all types of stuff. They believe in crazy stuff, some people do. So I'm saving the real gruesome part because I guess this isn't the place, but it's just, yeah, this girl, she didn't witness it, but like I said, it was her dad that was a taxi cab driver that picked up the girl that witnessed her best friend being murdered right in front of her. So that's a crazy story to me. It was like, was the girl trying to lure this girl out to these guys? What was it about? Was it about money? Was it about voodoo? That's what this girl said. She thought it was about voodoo because a lot of people use different things for magic and stuff like that. But crazy story. Crazy story. I was like, whoa. So that is a crazy story. So I don't know if that, if the what happened to the girl after that, but it's just a story that this girl told me that her dad told her one day, and her dad was real serious telling the story. So I thought that story was wild. So what you guys think of that? Crazy story. People believe all over the world different things, man. People believe in different things when it comes to voodoo, stuff like that. I don't get into that, but a lot of people do around the world. A lot of people are into different things. So I thought that was a wild story. Appreciate the love. No. No. If I say Biggie Smalls 3 times in the mirror, he appears. Wow. Yeah, man. There's some. No, no. Yeah. Good to see you, Snooks. Welcome in. Mary, good to see you, honey. Thank you for stopping in. Telling some little scary stories that I've heard in life. So, yeah. Welcome in, Mo. Good to see you. Big Papa or Biggie Smalls. Blue, good to see you, brother. Welcome in, man. So yeah, I don't I don't know. I definitely believe in I want to say ghosts, but I do believe there's other things out there. I think if you see something like that, it's a demon or something of that nature trying to trick you, but that's just me. So people believe in a whole bunch of stuff. Good to see you, Stux. Okay, Andy. Yeah, everything's all good. I know you got kids and everything, so good to see you. I appreciate you. We got Eric in the house too. I appreciate Eric. What happens if you say Papa Smurf? Yeah, I don't know, man. I hear, there's talks of shadow people people believing in shadow people. I had a kid I used to hang out with. Before I get into this, let me throw another piece of wood on the fire, and I'll get talking about this story. Got the owls coming out. Makes it even a little good. Yeah, have you ever seen that movie? It's called like... It's either a late 80s or early 90s movie. I think it's called Halloween, about that rock musician that comes to life if you play a record backwards. That movie's crazy. Good to see you, Mary. I forget. It might be called Halloween, but it was like a rock musician, and if you played the record backwards, he would come. That movie is wild. I forget the exact name of it, but it has Ozzy Osbourne's in it. I think it's called Halloween. Trick or Treat. That's it. Blue Nose at Trick or Treat. Yes, that's a good movie, man. That's a great. So you seen it, Trick or Treat? That movie's wild, man. Listen to those owls out there. It makes it even a crazier night. Yeah, with Gene Simmons is in it. Yeah, he's the disc jockey, if I'm not mistaken. Trick or Treat, that's what it's called. Halloween. Yeah, the DJ guy. Yup, that's a great movie, man. It's called Blue Unicorn, a great independent music artist. Well, he's like the MacGyver of musical instruments. Love him. Yeah, there's a whole lot of yeah, you guys gotta check out that movie. It may be on YouTube for free. I just watched it like last year. It was on either, because the only thing I got is Netflix. I have Amazon and YouTube, so it was on one of those. Manira, good to see you, honey. Yeah, it's morning over there. You can see how pitch black it is out here. So let's see. I don't know anybody there. I got another phone on me. Cancel this out. It is almost 12 o'clock, so we've been going for like an hour. We'll go a little bit more. That was my last piece of wood, y'all, so we'll go a little bit more, and we'll talk about this stuff some more. But that movie with I like hearing those owls. That movie with Trick or Treat with Gene Simmons, and that movie's great. Great movie. I don't know if you guys can hear that owl back there. But oh wow, let's see what you guys talking about. There's two of them talking to each other. All right, and so let me tell you guys this story. And this, if you're ever, I used to live in Richmond, and I used to live by this highway. It's called Pocahontas Highway, and it's named after Pocahontas, the Indian lady. It's literally called Pocahontas Highway, or bypass. And if you're going southbound on 95, it's right on. You could take this exit, and it leads to the Beltway, and the Beltway just runs around. It's a big loop that runs around Richmond. And Eugene may know where I'm talking about, because Eugene's from Virginia too. Oh, is it really? Okay, is it really? Yeah. So this highway goes way up in the air. You get off the exit, man. It's so high. I don't know. I get I'm scared of heights, man. So I hate taking that road. I'll go around. I don't care. I get like I get Elizabeth Warren. I got you. 288. Yeah. Well, no, I think it may be 288. I forget. All I know is called Pocahontas Highway, and it goes to It'll take you to from 95 to 295, and 295 wraps around Richmond. It's just a big, highway exchange that goes around the city of Richmond, Virginia. But when they were building this road, it goes so high, at least that I know of, 2 workers fell to their death when they were making this highway. And if you could see, if you're ever in Richmond, I don't know if anybody, but if you're coming northbound, it'd be before you see the downtown Richmond. You can't miss the thing. You go underneath this. It goes so high in the air. It looks like a roller coaster almost. And if you're going southbound on 95, it'll be after you see the skyline of Richmond. Anyways, this road goes way up. 2 guys fell to their death when they were making this highway. And this highway, they just problem after problem making it. It took a long time to make. They couldn't get the funding for it. There was an Indian tribe that was fighting them about the land that it was on. Different historical places tried to stop the state putting the bypass through there. And they just had problem after problem after problem with this road getting funding. Like I said, before it even started, you had the 2 deaths of the people falling from high in the air. And they just had problem after problem building this highway. But once it got completed, some workers were working on one portion of it where the toll is. It's a toll road. And these are documented cases. There was a doctor, not a doctor, medical doctor, but a historian doctor, that documented it, that the workers would see people just standing on part of the highway before it got completed, and the workers would go down to tell the people, that it's off limits, they're not supposed to be here. And when they walked down, the people would just vanish and before they got there. And these are documented cases that they've seen them. Right when the thing opened up, the highway, a truck driver saw a Indian on a horse on the side of the road, and he called it in and said there's somebody on the side of the road dressed in Indian gear. And the state police went, investigated it. Nobody was there. There have been state police up there that they'll be sitting in their patrol cars and they'll hear cars whiz by them and they don't see nothing. So they'll hear a car approaching and they just, going right by them. And yeah. And so other people that have been in the booth, there's a toll road, like I said, they'll hear a car approaching, they look out, there's nothing there. A lot of people saying they're seeing warriors in tribal gear. They're hearing chants on the highway. Cars have broke down, people hear Indians chanting on the side of the road, stuff like that. It got so bad that a state police officer took a professor from the local college here in Richmond. Well, I don't live in Richmond, but where I used to live, the local college there. They took They went up there, had all these devices to check for paranormal activity. Nothing happened when they spent the night there. They didn't report anything that night, but it got so bad that they actually sent up a doctor from the college to study it. There's a whole bunch of people that used to go up and sit on the road, just pull over and wait, because they've seen, just heard the stories. And if you go up there to this day, they put no parking signs on the side of the road, because so many people in the area have heard of these stories that they used to go up there and just sit on the side of the highway, and they erected no parking signs, so you can't sit there and look out for these things. Kind of crazy. So they call it the haunting of Pocahontas Parkway. So Eugene, I don't know if you ever heard of that. That was a little creepy. But yeah, just Indian chants. I couldn't imagine working there. I had my sister. Not I had a sister. She used to live over that way, and I used to go through there all the time because it was a shortcut to go from where I used to live on the south side of Richmond, and the parkway takes you to the east end of Richmond, it's called, and that's where my sister lived. So I would, instead of going all the way through the city and all the way around, I would take Pocahontas Parkway, and it was turned a 45-minute trip to a 15-minute trip. So I'd be on that road, and I've never seen anything, but I've traveled the road many of times. I used to hate driving on it, like I said, because of how high it is up in the air. I probably wouldn't take it now. But crazy stuff, and that's actually documented cases. The College of William and Mary sent people to study it, and then VCU, which is Virginia Commonwealth University, sent somebody up there to study it as well. So I wanted to tell you about the haunting of Pocahontas Parkway. Yeah, maybe. Like to welcome everybody in the house. Got 14 beautiful people in the house. I appreciate it. Got 35 likes. Sitting here telling the paranormal stories and just ghost stories, things I've heard. Being a nurse, different things that I've seen. Just different ghost stories that I've heard about. Like I said, I don't know if I believe in ghosts myself, but I do believe people see things. I do believe, I don't know. I never saw one to myself, but somebody told me they saw one. I'm not going to sit there and say I don't believe them. I had a roommate in college, just before I would put the wood on the fire, I wanted to tell you about that. He said that he was sleeping in his bed, and he woke up and he saw a shadow person standing over top of him looking at him, swore by it. And I believe him. Said there's just guy standing in his room just staring at him. Just like when he woke up. Now, what do they call that? Sleep, I forget what they call it. Sleep deprivation or something. I forget what they call it. But yeah, people claim seeing shadow people, aliens, stuff like that. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff out there, man. A lot of stuff out there. I know some nurses, when somebody passes, they believe in opening up the window to their room so their soul can escape. Some nurses really do believe that. They're like, you need to open up the window. Sleep paralysis. Thank you, Mo. Sleep paralysis. Yes. That's the word I'm looking for. Apologize about the other thing. Sleep deprivation. Sleep paralysis. where you're just froze in fear and you can't move. And I've known people that said they had that happen to them, like they woke up and they like were frozen in fear, seeing different things. I've heard people say they've seen aliens. In this case, one of my good friends, he stayed with me for a little while. He swore by it that he saw a shadow person in his bed, or not in his bed, overlooking his bed. And he said he was frozen in fright and could not move. And I'm like, well, were you sleeping? Was it a dream? And he said, no, I was wide awake. But I don't know. Has that anything like that ever happened to someone? Sleep paralysis? Yeah, that's crazy. I'm not saying the person's crazy because I believed him. Like, I believe this kid. Like, he was. I know him for years. I believe him too. Has anybody had that happen to him? I don't know if you want to say it or not, but gee, I'm like, what? He said he's in his bed. He woke up, and the guy's just staring at him. I could see the wall. Stop. Wow. Yeah, I don't know what that is. After stress, huh? That's interesting, Eugene. Yeah, I don't now. Okay, so I was a sophomore in college, so this was like, I don't know, I was probably like 19, 20 maybe. So he said it happened to him like when he was in high school. But I don't know, man. That's freaky, man. Just imagine like you wake up and you can't move and something's staring at you over top of you. People report seeing a demon on their chest, huh? Yeah, wow, man. Yeah, I don't know. I believe the kid though, man. He's a good dude, man. I knew him for years. Not saying, he maybe he was lying. I don't know. He did seem like he was lying to me, but he swore. Just the feeling I got when he was telling the story, I was just like, wow. Yeah, man. A lot of people say that when they get stressed out and go through different things. They had that happen to them. That's wild to me, man. Whew. There was she's not here, but Debbie that was in here last week, Diabolical Debbie, she has different videos on her channel, and one of them I remember there was see a shadowy, this guy shooting this house with his camera, and you see the shadow figure in the upstairs in one of the rooms, and then a second later it disappears, and there's another window at the top, and you see the shadow appearing there, and then a split second later you see it in the downstairs, in a window downstairs, and it just keeps moving from upstairs to the left, in the left bedroom, in the window upstairs to downstairs, like with the quickness. So it couldn't have been, it didn't look like a person, it just looked like a shadow, but you could see the silhouette of a person. And the video is wild. And I used to go through, when I go, sometimes when I can go this way, when I go to my parents' house, sometimes I go through Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, and there's a lot of stories of the Civil War soldiers people see. There's a video online, you see these ghostly images. It's a long road through a field, and these look straight up like a silhouette, but it's white, of these Civil War soldiers walking from side coming out of the field, walking across the road from the grass, going and disappearing in the cornfield. Maybe it's AI. I don't know. It's hard to tell nowadays. Maybe, people can make an AI program that does something like that. In the future, it's going to be a lot more harder to know if people are using AI. Good to see you, Mary. Great to see you. Mary's a good person. Just faking you out. And that's just what we know of. There's some people that could be in the government or something that have some sophisticated AI that trick us all out with something that people think is real. So you got to be really for sure what you're seeing out there. So it started rain a little bit, guys, but we'll go a little bit more. Starting to rain a little bit, but still on the last piece of wood. So I thank you everybody for coming out. We'll go a little bit more. I wanted to tell one more story before I go about, you might have heard the story. It's called The Lady in White. And this happened in the Chicago area. And the person's called Resurrection Mary. It's a famous vanishing hitchhiker ghost who haunts Archer Avenue. According to the legend, she was a young woman in a white dress and dancing shoes who died in 1930s hit and run accident after leaving a local dance hall. And her ghost appears as a hitchhiker. Been numerous reports of drivers picking her up, only for her to vanish when the car nears Resurrection Cemetery. The legend describes a pale blonde woman in white, a white party dress, often wearing dancing shoes. She appears to drivers on Archer Avenue, asks to be taken to Resurrection Cemetery, and then vanishes into the cemetery gates. The story is said to have begun in the 1930s after a young woman, possibly named Mary, was killed by a hit-and-run driver on Archer Avenue after a fight with her boyfriend at the O. Henry Ballroom, which is now the Willowbrook Ballroom. Her parents buried her in a Resurrection Cemetery wearing a white dress. The story is centered on Archer Avenue between the Willowbrook Ballroom and Resurrection Cemetery in Justice, Illinois. There have been many reports of Mary since the 1930s from ordinary people, adding to the legend's credibility. The exact identity of Mary remains a mystery, with various candidates' suggestions, but the uncertainty is a part of the enduring intrigue of the legend. So you got a lot of people saying they see a lady in white, maybe in your area out there. A lot of people say they might see a lady in white on a highway hitchhiking. Some people pick them up. Some people stop the car and reverse and to see if they pick them up, and the lady disappears. Now, it could just be an urban legend that has been passed from time to time, but you hear a lot about a lady in white in a gown, or a lady in white in a wedding dress, or something like that. I think it's interesting, the different stories and urban legends that get passed around from time to time. And you might have heard of something like this in your area, but seems like there's a lot of stories of the lady in a white dress. So wanted to share that with y'all. Find it interesting. The strange and unknown. Who knows? Who knows what's out there, y'all? Who knows what's out there? I never want to tell someone what they seen is real. I don't know. I'm not there. You know what I mean? I can't sit there and say that they're lying. I wasn't there, so I like to at least give the people the benefit of the doubt. And if they seem like they're lying about stuff they've seen, or you can kind of tell how their body language is, just how they say certain words or something, that if they're lying to you or not. So, got 11 people at the house. Appreciate y'all. 38 likes. Appreciate y'all. Good to see you, Mo. Thank you for coming. Got the rain coming out a little bit. So we're going to finish up here in a little bit. But I wanted to thank you guys for stopping by. And we'll keep on, maybe look up some more stories. I hope you enjoyed it. Appreciate y'all hanging out with me tonight. Don't forget to like Blue. Good to see you, brother. And good of y'all got any yeah, there is. Gma, good to see you, honey. There is a movie about the Lady in White, and also someone wrote a book as well about the Lady in White. I like to see it. Good to see you, Gma. Yeah, got the rain coming down. I'll stay out. I'll weather the storm for y'all a little bit. Just a little bit. We got our last log anyways. Yeah. It's kind of warm. It was really... Virginia is very wet. Believe it or not. It seems like it almost rains every day, but this past week was beautiful out. And I said to myself Sunday, I was like, oh, it's been so nice out. I bet you it rains on Tuesday. And literally it started raining on Tuesday when I want to go live. That's how it is. That's my luck. So beautiful all week. It got up to 80 today here. But it's supposed to rain right now through all to tomorrow. Very wet where we live. Basically live in a swamp, really. There's a wetlands right here. There's swamps all over the place. So glad you guys stopped out. Who knows that time of year, man, where they say the veil is thin. Indians believe that the other side and things would cross over around this time of year. Closer you get to Halloween, the line of life and death, it's thin, and people cross back and forth. A lot of people believe that. Traditions in America, old Indian stories, people passed on from time to time around this time of year. So I do believe in spirits and stuff like that. I do. Chesterfield, strange. Yeah. Is it so many swamps and stuff around here? People crashing in the swamps. You ever see those videos of those people that go out and find cars just disappeared off the side of the highway? Nobody heard from them. People just vanish. No sign, no trace, no car, no nothing. And people go in the area and search the swamps, dive teams and stuff, and find the cars and stuff. Crazy stuff, man. I believe in them too. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I do. There's a lot of unexplained things, man. People've got it on videotape, man. I don't know. Like I said, the day of AI, it's gonna be harder and harder to tell what you're seeing is real or not, I think. But I don't know. You gotta be real careful what you're watching nowadays with the AI stuff. So appreciate the 40 likes, y'all. Appreciate you guys hanging out. So we'll wrap things up a little bit. Anybody wanted to reference anything? Wanted me to look up anything while we're still here? I can look up. I got a little internet thing with me I could look up. Good to see you, Mary. Thank you for staying here. Anybody got any stories you want me to look up or anything? Talk about anything? You can look something up if you have any reference to anything or a story that you heard in your area. Nobody has nothing. All right, y'all. We'll just leave it there. Deer man. See if I could pull something up about deer man. I don't. So I don't know if this is. I don't know if this is it, but was that a cryptid, Steve? Deer man. See, a thing about deer man is a cryptid whose legend originates in the folklore of North America. Sightings of the deer man have been reported from several U.S. states, although there is some variation in the descriptions given. A hybrid animal, deer man, has antlers of a great stag, a human torso, and legs described as similar to either those of a man or deer. And additionally, it is usually said to be well muscled and surprisingly fast for its size. Other accounts gift the beast with the power to transform itself from a regular deer into the creature we stated above. And I see that a lot of people have seen it in Ohio. Unnamed 14-year-old witness was playing with his cousin at his cousin's house near sunset when he spotted a creature emerging from the bush. There's been numerous sightings in Delaware of a deer man. It is a torso of a human and antlers, just like it's like a deer, like a stag. Thank you, Myra. Good to see you, honey. All right, y'all. So we got our last piece of law going out. Yeah, I'd be scared of some of those things too. Two Phoenix crosses. Yeah. Drove to Phoenix across Superstition Highway. Huh. I used to live in Phoenix for a little while. Yeah, there's other reports out there too. It's considered one of the most haunted roads in the United States, Riverdale Road. Let's look that up real quick. Riverdale Road is an 11-mile road in Adams County, Colorado, connecting Brighton and Thornton along the South Platte River. It is famous as a haunted location due to local legends of paranormal activity, including sightings of a ghost jogger, a phantom Camaro, a woman in white, and demon animals. The area is also the site of an annual haunted field of screams, which incorporates the road's spooky reputation into its attractions. The road runs for approximately 11 miles, connecting the cities of Brighton and Thornton in Adams County, Colorado. It is considered one of the most haunted roads in America. There's been sightings of a ghost jogger, a phantom jogger, often said to have been killed in a hit and run and reported to tap on cars. A woman in white. A ghost in a white dress is sometimes seen along the road at night. There's also reports of a mysterious Camaro with a single headlight has been seen driving down the road, and also numerous reports of demon animals. Some legends speak of demons appearing as animals, was seeing 3 such animals from 88th Avenue to the road's end considered a bad omen. They also called the road is associated with stories of the gates of hell and human sacrifices, contributing to its dark reputation. Wow. Riverdale Road. That's interesting, Mo. Thank you for sharing that. Riverdale Road. Forging Thought. Favorite U.S. crit. The Pops Slick Monster. Okay. Look that up. Good to see you, Foraging. Rain's coming down a little bit. But, Slick Monster. We'll look this up. Okay. The Pope Lick Monster is a local legend from Louisville, Kentucky, about a half-man, half-goat creature said to live under, am I saying it right, Pope Lick Railroad Trestle? I hope I'm saying that right. The monster is fabled to lure people onto the tracks with his hypnosis or voice, leading them to be struck by trains. The dangerous trestle, still in use by trains, has resulted in deaths and injuries of thrill seekers in search of this creature, which also inspired the 1988 film The Legend of the Pope Lick Monster. The Pope Lick Monster is typically described as a hybrid creature appearing as half man, half goat, or sheep. It is said to inhabit the woods and hills surrounding the Pope Lick Trestle, a high railroad bridge over the Pope Lick Creek in Louisville. Legend says the monster uses hypnosis or mimics human voices to lure trespassers onto the trestle tracks. Various origin stories exist, include the creature being a mistreated circus freak or a farmer who used goat sacrifices for power. The trestle is a functional railroad bridge, and people have been killed or injured falling from it while sinking the monster. The legend is a compelling local folk tale that serves as a form of legend tripping for adventure seekers. The legend is a prominent part of Louisville culture, particularly around Halloween, and was subject of a 1988 independent film, Out There, Crimes of the Paranormal. The area around the Pope Lick Trestle is dangerous due to the active train line. The trestle is private property and should not be entered. Parents in the area use the legend to warn children away from the dangerous railroad tracks. The Pope Lick Monster. Wow. And that's creepy when, like, you're in the woods or something, you thinking you're hearing people talking to her, trying to lure you into certain areas of the woods and stuff. I've heard people say that. Thank you, Foraging, for that. Good to see you, Steve. Yup, Beans got scary stories. Unfortunately, the rain's coming down, so I think I'm going to call it a night. And this will be up. It takes a little while to render and stuff, but we'll leave it up. And if you're just coming in, thank you. And this will be up shortly if you want to watch the replay. Beans, great to see you. check out Bean's channel. She just went to a great concert. Loved it. And we'll get that out. Steve, good to see you. Beans, good to see you. Andy and Eric, I appreciate you so much. Modding like you do. Mr. Lead, good to see you, brother. Great channel. Mr. Lee got a great channel. Very gifted in the eye of film. Gma, thank you so much for stopping by. Appreciate y'all. Eugene, salute. Fred, salute. Foraging, salute. Great to see everybody. And we'll leave this up for the rewind. My name is Isaac. This is SE Wolverines. Signing off. Have a beautiful day. Beautiful night. Wherever you may be. And God bless you all. Thank you.